If you want to stick around, say hi, let me know something about you. What are you up to this evening? Hang out with me while I do my makeup. I'm a speaking skills coach, and I like to share about communication skills of all types. Speaking skills as in public speaking skills, but also effective communication and ways that we can be more impactful in the way that we communicate, either in business or in our personal relationships. So I'm happy to talk about any kind of communication skills or speaking skills or creating social media content, video content, working on camera, tips for working on camera. I also talk about Artful Aging quite a bit. I'm 58 and I have a model that I call Artful Aging that has 4 tenets to it. And you can be any age because you know what, we're all aging. So I mostly make content for women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, but if you're not that age and you're not a woman, you are welcome to be here. I'm not going to be very long today, but if you want to follow me, I mostly create content on speaking skills and on Artful Aging. Those are my 2 primary topics. Sometimes I talk about ADHD too because I find it really impacts my life a lot. And I think that's true for a lot of women over 50 who are either undiagnosed, self-diagnosed, or late diagnosed. Lately diagnosed? Late diagnosed? There's something I'm trying to say there. Women who are either diagnosed late in life or undiagnosed, but are recognizing that ADHD impacts how they live. If you want to share something you're thinking about, another thing I like to ask people is what's on your heart and mind right now. Somebody told me that I should ask my people in my lives what color I should wear. Okay, so let's see. Should I wear red lipstick tonight or should I wear more neutral lipstick? Spin streak red. Okay, I'm going to wear red, even though it's going to be covered because I am going to be wearing a mask, but I will wear red. Don't even need makeup. No, I don't need makeup. Nobody needs makeup. Makeup's just fun. Nobody needs it. You could wear it too. You know, anybody can wear makeup these days, right? Doesn't have to be just cis women. I'm working towards creating more content for men, not probably in TikTok, but I'm working to serve men more in the future. I know that's where I'm headed, and I feel like I need more understanding of what men want and suffer from, and where their heart pains are, where their heart needs are. And so I usually find that I get to have some pretty good conversations in my lives with men who are willing to share the things that are difficult for them, especially in relationship to women and, partners, if they have female partners. So actually would love to know, try to make it really, really easy for you guys. Can you put a 1 in the comment box if you have a relationship with a woman right now? That would be great to know. Anybody have relationships with women? When did you find out you're ADHD? I found out when I was in my early 50s because I suspected my college-bound kid was ADHD because they were having so much trouble writing college essays. And it's like, what's going on here? So I started studying and reading about ADHD and tried to find a doctor for them to go to get tested. And then when I was reading all the descriptors of ADHD, I realized that the description was more true of me than it was of my kid. Okay, so Zenzars is one person who has a relationship with a woman. Okay, that's great to know because I am trying to understand. I don't know if you'd be willing to share, but I might ask questions because I have a lot of ideas about what works and doesn't work. And a lot of the ideas that I have come from having been in a marriage for 20 years, having had other relationships, but also from what I've learned since my marriage ended and the things that I realized that I would have probably benefited from knowing before I got divorced. So I feel like some of my learning about relationships and my theories about relationship are from my own cautionary tale experience. So I might ask you if you're willing to share anything. Like, what do you notice about what works well for you in having a relationship with the woman that you're with? Or that is hard. There's a lot of difficulty, and this is sort of the point that I'm talking to. I believe there's a lot of difficulty for men and women in connecting with each other. A lot of places that we don't really understand each other or understand each other's hearts. And so I think it's really common that people are ending up being alone or having trouble making connections and having relationships with people. And so that's one of the things that I want to contribute to because I feel pretty committed to love between people, and not even necessarily for myself, but for us as a humanity. And I feel like there's a lot of difficulty and misunderstanding right now. I wish I knew what I know now before I got married. Oh, Annie Maria, would you say more? I assume you're still married? And I'm wondering what you would have done differently. Say the biggest thing that makes the relationship work is cooperation. Nice. Yeah, cooperation. I would also add, but I have a bias because I'm a communication skills coach, and I would add that effective communication, which we're not really taught how to do well, is also super important. And the fact that we're not taught how to do it well means that most people don't know how to do it very well. So that's why I think there's a lot of misunderstanding between men and women, because we come towards each other like we're the same and we want the same thing, and we go for the things in the same way, and none of those things are really true. Instead of actually seeing the heart of the other and the desires of the other and the needs of the other, we come at it from the perspective of our own needs and our own desires. And then we don't have the effective tools for communicating those things that we want, those things that we need, and the things that, and the ways in which we're not, we would want things to be different. Annie Maria says, I'm divorced and I wish I knew he was a narcissist before I married him. I wonder to what degree it's, there's that many narcissists around, or if in a relationship breaking down, we, and I put myself in this, we don't always know how to do it very effectively, and so it's really hard for us to keep connection and appreciation between us, and so there ends up being a lot of animosity in our breakups. And then in animosity, it's really easy to see the other person as being narcissistic, which I'm not saying your husband isn't, because like there are classic narcissists out there. I'm just saying that the degree to which people say that their exes are narcissists doesn't really add up, because it's so common, you know? Okay, here we go. It's hard for a lot of people to look at themselves. Sometimes both of you people are the problems. Yeah. We don't care instant gratification, so we don't care instant gratification, so we're never happy or satisfied. Yeah, I think there's something to that too. Something to that. I wanted to say something about hard for people to look at themselves. Sometimes both of you are the problem. Yeah, for the most part, you always had a role to play in it, right? You can't have a good relationship or a problematic relationship without playing a part. And one of the things I believe definitely is that in a breakup, at some point we have to look at what we contributed to the problems, and otherwise we're just going to recreate them and we're never actually going to heal. For me, that's been a huge part of my healing, is recognizing the things I'm grateful for from my marriage, recognizing the things that I made mistakes on, recognizing the ways in which I might have done things differently, recognizing the parts of his heart and desires and needs that I didn't really understand. And then also forgiving him for the things he didn't know. And also recognizing the needs that I didn't get met, honestly didn't get met, and needed and didn't even know that I needed. So I think relationship is a huge process of learning and forgiveness for all of us. We don't care instant gratification, so we're never happy or satisfied. Yeah, I mean, I do think that we tend as human beings to be a little bit focused on our own needs and wants. And it's part of the human experience, I think. We are somewhat self-centered as a species, you know? It was my fault I wasn't called attention. Oh, Russell, I wasn't paying attention. I really appreciate that. So that goes just to show, you know, and again, I'm sure you weren't in it alone, but I do really appreciate your willingness to acknowledge that. And, you know, to the degree to which that might be true and also not your fault, there's a systemic piece to that. I don't think men are taught, even much more so than women, men aren't mostly taught how to nurture, how to communicate with their emotions, and how to nurture and hold the emotions and needs of their partners, their female partners. And so sometimes men are just don't have the knowledge or the experience. And that's one of the reasons why I want to support men, is because I think that men really want to be good partners. They want to protect and give and love on their women, but they don't always have the tools to, because we live in a patriarchal culture that did not give men the tools for that. All right, I do kind of want to do purple. Someone suggested I do purple, and I kind of do want to do that. Hold on a sec, what time is it? Ooh, I gotta leave soon. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to get my purple. Hold on. We'll just put it up here. Who told me purple and gold? To wear purple and gold. I like that idea. Okay, we were talking about relationships, so if anybody else wants to weigh in on relationships, what makes relationships between men and women work, what makes it hard. Specifically, what's hard for men is what I want to know. You did, sensors. Okay, so I'm going for the purple, trying to keep it away from my eyeballs. I don't know how I can do gold, though, but I like the idea. Maybe just wear gold. It's kind of a casual thing, so I don't know if I could just wear gold jewelry, I guess. Oh, hold on a sec. I have gold here. Let's see. Where could I put gold? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Just because you took the trouble to make the request, I'm going to try to follow it. I'm going to do gold here. Anybody else want to weigh in on what makes a relationship good, or what the question started because I was asking men what's hard for them or what they want, but what's difficult for them in relationship. And I do have a theory that men are not equipped by our culture with emotional attunement to themselves and to their partners. And so it's hard for them to sometimes give women what they need. And unfortunately, women have not really realized that men really want to do their best and want to be good and want to win and want to support. And so sometimes they can act out because they don't realize why they're not getting their needs met, or why their partners aren't seeing them emotionally, aren't understanding them, aren't holding them and their emotions. Women don't necessarily know how to express it in a way that doesn't come across as critical or demanding or something like that. So it comes across that way to men, and then men feel not appreciated and criticized. I think that's one really big central misunderstanding between men and women, is that women want their emotions, all of their emotions, to be seen and held and known, and men thinks that means they're doing something wrong. So there's this massive miscommunication. I'm laughing, but it's sad because it's really, really, really common. I think I might be ready to leave. Have fun and be safe. Thank you, Spinstreak. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm about to leave. So if you want to follow me, hang out. If you see me on live, please come on and share your opinion and thoughts. I like to read everybody's comments, and I appreciate you being here. Simon says, I think women want love and we want recognition. Does that sound sort of right? Ooh, interesting, Simon. Simon says, I think everybody wants love and acceptance, and that what that feels and looks like for women is being seen and known in the fullness of their full expression, which is it's varied. We're a little bit like wild tornadoes in a way, in what could be the best way if you see it that way. And we want to be seen in the fullness of all of our experience and expression, and that's what love feels like, is to be seen and known and also claimed. And for men, I think you're right. I think men's way of experiencing being loved is being recognized and appreciated for all the work that they do, and they want to be celebrated for winning, for doing a good job, for being loving, for being supportive, for being good partners, that kind of thing. So yeah, Simon says we need to show you love and support. Yeah, and I think love and support, I mean, everybody wants support, but I think the really big piece that I hear from women is it's about being seen and known. And so it's the strangest thing is that women show themselves because they want to be seen and known. A lot of times the parts that might be perceived as negative, men experience as critical, rather than just being able to go, wow, you're really upset, or I see you're really feeling a lot, or you're really angry, and being able to hold and be with that is the way that men can have such a huge impact on their positive impact on their relationships. Where if a woman's having an upset, or and sharing it with you, if you can keep from taking it personally and just be with her and be like, wow, I really see how upset you are. I really see how she's gonna melt for the most part. I mean, hopefully she's a little bit aware and a little wants to connect and wants to appreciate you. And then women mostly don't really realize how much men want to be appreciated and known for how much they work and how much they care and how much they do, and the sacrifices that they make, and the protection that they give and all the things. So yeah, I think men really want that, but women don't always know to give that. We do, that's right. It makes us feel wanted. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. I appreciate it. And thanks so much for giving me your thoughts and having me wearing purple today. Liking it. Okay, and red. And follow me, join me on my lives, and I'll see you next time.